it's time to get dough, I take off. Before the feds get the dough, I take off.
This your nephew. This got nothing to do with me and you. You know, like that's what I'm saying. Like it's weird.
I don't like tying Lil Meech into the shit that they did though, because Lil Meech be
about to go. Hold on.
moving
what
like.
You mean that's the whole.
But he not cut from the same cloth though.
Gang, but listen. Automatic.
But what would you do if your?
What y'all think about these new hosts they got up here on No Jumper? Like, I mean, Almighty ain't new, but everybody else is new besides. I mean, we can put Young and Jefe in there, but he ain't that new though. They got a few like new dudes they trying. They got Ricky up there, dude from like the Flyest podcast or what I think his name is Pooh. That's the dude who Young Ant about to argue with. And then they got Forlock up there. Like, I don't know. He was tripping early in this pod because he was like, I felt like he was trying to get Wax's attention too hard though. But what y'all think about these new?
Nephew was just out here doing some club shit. Like
with my nephew.
You don't think you don't think you
check him behind closed doors, but publicly I'm with my nephew.
Yeah.
You want some weird shit right
before anything, gang. Look what Meech did. Meech stood with his son. That's why they out of a job. You feel me? So he's even showing against what you're saying. Is just standing with their people.
That's not what happened. He got caught with Rick Ross.
He's swimming with the sharks.
With his son.
But look,
he's
swimming
with
the sharks. Yeah, of course, Meech gonna stand with his son.
Yeah,
but
it's crazy.
If Southwest T and Meech already have an existing problem, like you think he gives like what floats Meech's boat?
Nah,
no, he
I feel
don't.
that, bro. But you still my brother, bro, and that's weird, bro. And this nigga is
bro,
once again, but look,
bro.
once again, it's
You
beyond,
talking about,
beyond me and your problems, bro. This nigga just suppressed my nephew.
These niggas about to argue over Big Meech, Southwest T, 50 Cent, and Lil Meech.
From being able to get money,
it's not beyond me and your problems because you don't know what they problems is. You don't. These niggas both just did 25 years and they blaming each other. So you don't know how he looking at it like, nigga, I just spent 25 years of my life in jail. I just been away from my kids.
That's
how
me,
you know he ain't.
That's me and your problem. What that got to do with my nephew?
So you took me away from my kids. So how I should feel about anything about
nigga, that's foul. That's foul. That's foul. That's foul. Even though you justifying it, that's foul, my nigga.
Ain't foul. Y'all talking about some business shit. You talking about this nigga can find another job just because 50's not with him and your dad, he ain't you and your dad, and me and your dad already have an existing problem. I don't supposed to 50?
No. This nigga's humiliating is humiliating my brother. I don't my brother, but he's
humiliating him how?
What you mean? 50 all over the internet humiliating nigga.
He was calling them Big Screech. He was calling them Big Screech and stuff. He was doing a lot. 50 did a lot.
He said, nigga, look, nigga. He said to your nephew when your nephew said, yo, when your nephew
if it's true, look, this is what I'm saying. Look.
I can kind of see why. Hold on, but I can kind of see why Young Ant about to get feeling some type of way about this conversation though. The dude who talking, I think his name is Pooh from the Flyest podcast. He doing a bunch of talking, getting all his points out, but he ain't letting Young and Jefe or nobody get a word in. Like, as soon as you say something, he want to respond. This ain't good potting. Like, good potting is you say what you gonna say, all right, and then let me build, and then you respond to what I'm saying. Like, we ain't gonna talk over each other. What's the saying? Like, we can dance together, or we can sing together, but we can't whatever together. I don't know what the fuck.
Hold on, let me give you one more fact.
Let him catch you up on it, because it was a lot of shit. It was a lot of shit. It was a lot of shit.
What he said with the he was like, yo, bro, I apologize, blah, blah, blah. We just trying to get this bread. Yo, what's good with the next show? 50 said, what show, little nigga?
Yeah.
You feel me? 50 was on that nigga, bro. 50's on that nigga.
Y'all sensitive. Okay, that's regular shit,
nigga,
bro.
This is my nephew.
That's regular shit.
Bro, what you mean? You just stopped my nephew from getting millions of dollars. What do you mean? That ain't regular, nigga.
Man, what are you talking about?
That's beyond regular,
That's not even my nephew's story, nigga. It's our story.
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
He's the one asking it.
You gotta take the story out.
Wait.
That's what I keep saying.
That's the story.
Wait, let's stay here though.
Bro, y'all trying to act like y'all trying to
bro when it's your family.
This is no different. Y'all trying to act like y'all trying to act like y'all standing on some mores. If I got an existing problem, if me and my brother is blaming each other on doing fucking 25 years because I feel like he got us indicted, nigga, he took me away from my kids. Like y'all talking about a business deal with 50 Cent. Nigga, like 50 Cent shot the nigga, and I just wouldn't stood 50% like, yeah, nigga, you shot my nephew. Man, this shit is, he's telling our life story. He gave you a role, you made some money, and he ain't fucking with your daddy. He know you and your daddy together, and he not fucking with y'all, and I don't fuck with y'all daddy. I don't have to take the stance that, nigga, I'm not dealing with 50. He has his own story with him and Meech split up. He had his own chapter in St. Louis, and that might be the story he's about to tell.
Nigga,
what are you talking about?
He can't tell the story without.
Basically, what they getting upset about is Big Meech is out the picture with 50. 50 just recently dropped what did he drop? He dropped like some type of promotional shit for like this new, for this new documentary that he got coming out where it's gonna be like covering Southwest T. Here we go right here. Blowing money fast. It's basically another BMF story. You know what I'm saying? So basically, this is what they talking about. And at the end of the day, of course, Southwest T and Big Meech is like brothers. You know what I mean? But if you know the story, you know the history between the two. They fell out to the point where, I mean, y'all seen some of it in the show, even though the show wasn't, like all the way on point. They added some stuff in there, some Hollywood shit to make it a good series, which it was trash anyway. But they didn't get along. They ended up falling out, and like Young and Jefe said, Southwest T actually went and did his own thing, and Meech was doing his own thing or whatever. They split up at one point in time. So Ant's argument is that, why would I not deal with 50 just because he got into it with my brother's my brother's son, my nephew? I don't even fuck with my brother, and I mean 50. I'm pretty sure was some millions involved, or it's some bread involved in it. Because I think I think the new BMF series is gonna be covering Southwest T and not Meech. But with that being said, though, it's some money involved, and he went and got his money. He went and got his bread. I mean, shit. How many of y'all would have said, you know what, even though I don't fuck with your daddy, I ain't gonna fuck with 50. I ain't gonna tell my story to 50. I ain't gonna get this bag. I'm gonna hold out. I mean, some of y'all would have, but the majority of y'all would have went and got that money, regardless of what you're saying. But let's get back to the content.
Before you directly
He could tell him they split up. He was doing his own thing. Have you read the books? Have you read the books? Have you read the books? He split up and was doing his own thing. What are you talking about?
They did.
It's fact.
This is bad podcasting, man. No jumper got to get it together. Like, I mean, No Jumper has always had, like, arguments and people getting into it and stuff like that. But, like, this right here, man, is a little, I mean, it's happening too often. And it's really with the people who just came up there. You know what I mean? The newer individuals. Lush, this ain't Lush. Even though Lush be on there glazing and kissing ass the whole live stream or whatever, he ain't on there like over talking. He let somebody talk and then he do his thing. But all this like corner of the hood barbershop talking that's going on right now, man, they got to get this shit together, man. Like, already started the story.
But they're not going to start it at that point.
They already started the BMF story.
Today.
I'm aware.
How many seasons is it?
I'm aware.
But
so we're in that.
But they're not going to stop. But they're not. There's no way in the beginning. So you don't think there's going to be no backtrack scene of how we got here to the first episode? You watch TV? Nigga, anytime a new series start, they gonna go back.
It's a documentary.
Pipe it down.
Hey, wait. It's a documentary though.
Damn. Ant checking. Almighty too. Hold on, man. Oh, let me back that up a little bit. He told him to pipe it down.
Bro, listen,
they already started the story.
But they're not going to start it at that point.
They already started the BMF story.
I'm aware.
How many seasons is it?
I'm aware.
So we're in that.
But they're not going to stop. But they're not. There's no way in the beginning. So you don't think there's going to be no backtrack scene of how we got here to the first episode? You watch TV? Nigga, anytime a new series start, they gonna go back.
It's a documentary.
Pipe it down.
Pipe it down with all that. Hold on. I'm trying to see what suspect actually said for Ant to say pipe it down though? Is it because he's smacking his hands?
Story.
But they're not gonna start it at that
They
point.
already started to be a man.
He lightweight just, I ain't gonna say he marked him out, but he checked him though. Like, pipe that down.
Story.
Today.
I'm aware.
How many
I
seasons
watched
is it?
I'm
Today,
aware.
nigga.
But
So we're in that.
But they're not gonna
So we're
stop.
in that.
But they're not. There's no way in the beginning. So you don't think there's gonna be no backtrack scene of how we got here to the first episode? You watch TV, nigga. Anytime when you series start, they gonna go back.
It's a documentary.
Pipe it down.
Wait,
bro.
It's a documentary though, Ant. But look,
They're gonna go back.
bro, like,
There's no way they're gonna tell
Wait,
the story without
let's
me.
stay here. Let's stay here. One
That
second.
don't make
Let
sense.
me interject. Let's stay here because I think what Ant said is real, and we shouldn't skip.
What the fuck? Hey, what did suspect say or do to make Ant like say that? Man, I gotta back that up. What's up with y'all, man? What's going on, Flower Bloom? I don't watch that shit. I watch y'all react to it. All right, that's what's up. I'm sick of No Jumper podcast. He should have stuck to doing interviews and not all of this fake plays. Hit the like button. Yeah, hit the like button. Nah, he's still doing interviews and stuff. He still got interviews going. This is what they doing right now. But hold on, let's go. I gotta go back one more time, man. I'm trying to figure out why did young Aunt Jefe say what he said? He told him to pipe down. Like, what the hell did Almighty do?
Supposed to fuck with 50?
No. This nigga's humiliating is humiliating my brother. Fuck it, I don't fuck with my brother, but he's
Humiliating him how?
What you mean? 50 all over the internet
What
humiliating
is he
the nigga.
doing?
It's your nephew, gang.
Facts.
25 years and they blaming each other. If it's true, look,
It's a
this is what I'm
fact,
saying.
gang. Hold on, but let me give you one more fact.
Let him
You can
catch
look
you
this
up on
shit
it because it was a lot.
All right, so hold on. You telling me, Trey, you telling me that he got mad because he said, "Do you watch TV, nigga?" Man,
A lot of shit. It was a lot of
One more
shit.
fact.
It was a lot of
What he said
shit.
with the he was like, "Yo, bro, I
at this point, Ant just bullying everybody up there.
apologize, blah blah blah. We just trying to get this bread. Yo, what's good with the next show?" 50 said, "What show, little nigga?"
Yeah.
You feel me?
I
50
seen that.
was on that nigga, bro.
Okay.
50's on that nigga.
Y'all sensitive. Okay, that's regular shit,
nigga,
bro.
This is my nephew.
That's
This
regular
nigga don't-
shit.
Bro, what you mean? You just
It's
stopped my
regular
nephew
shit.
from getting
I went
millions
back
of
to
dollars.
Man,
What
I
do
stopped
you
your
mean?
nephew,
That ain't
man.
regular, nigga.
Man, what are you talking
That's beyond
about? Nigga, it's not
regular,
even my
bro.
nephew's story, nigga. It's our story.
Yeah, my
What are you
nigga,
talking
my
about?
nephew's the one asking it.
You gotta take the story out.
Wait.
That's what I keep
Story.
saying.
It's
man.
past the story.
Wait, let's stay here though. Let's stay here though. 'Cause
Bro,
that's real.
y'all trying to act like y'all trying
past
to
the story
bro.
when it's your family.
This
bro.
is no different. Y'all trying to act like y'all trying to act like y'all standing on some moors. If I got an existing problem, if me and my brother is blaming each other on doing fucking 25 years because I feel like he got us indicted, nigga, he took me away from my kids. Like y'all talking about a business deal with 50 Cent, nigga, ain't like 50 Cent shot the nigga, and I just wouldn't stood 50 Cent like, yeah, nigga, you shot my nephew. Man, this shit is he's telling our life story. He gave you a role, you made some money, and he ain't fucking with your daddy. He know you and your daddy together, and he not fucking with y'all, and I don't fuck with y'all daddy. I don't have to take the stance that, nigga, I'm not dealing with 50. He has his own story with him and Meech split up. He had his own chapter in St. Louis, and that might be the story he's about to tell.
Nigga,
What are you talking about?
He can't tell the
let me-
story
Wait.
without talking about his
Before you
brother.
directly
He
He
rebut
could
it.
tell it because they
can't.
split up. He was doing his own thing. Have you read the books? Have you read the books? Have you read the books? He split up.
So Ant asked him, "Have you read the books?" Okay, if we going by what you say it was, right? And you saying that he got mad because Ant said, because Almighty said to Ant, what the hell? Why is that out there? Oh, all right, hold on. Let me go. Let me say what I was saying. Hold on, I'll fuck it up. So you telling me that he got mad because he said, "Nigga, do you watch TV?" But he just said, "Nigga, did you read the books?"
You made some money, and he ain't fucking with your daddy. He know you and your daddy together, and he not fucking with y'all, and I don't fuck with y'all daddy. I don't have to take the stance that, nigga, I'm not dealing with 50. He has his own story with him and Meech split up. He had his own chapter in St. Louis, and that might be the story he's about to tell.
Nigga,
What are you talking about?
He can't tell the story without talking about his
Before you
brother.
directly
He
rebut
could
it.
tell it because they
can't.
split up. He was doing his own thing. Nigga, have you read the books? Have you read the books?
All right, he ain't say, "Nigga, did you read the books?" He just said, "How you read the books?" Okay.
He read the books. He split up. He was doing his own thing, bro. you talking about?
They did.
No,
It's fact.
Bro, listen,
They already started the story.
But they're not going to start it at that point.
They already started the BMF story.
Today.
I'm aware.
How many seasons is it?
I'm aware.
Today,
But
nigga.
So we're in that.
But they're not going to stop that. But they're not. There's no way in the beginning. So you don't think there's going to be no backtrack scene of how we got here to the first episode? You watch TV, nigga?
Oh, okay. He being okay. I seen it. I see it. He being a little too he doing a little too much. You know what I mean? For Ant, he was doing too much.
It's fact.
It would be
Bro,
stupid.
listen, my
They already started the story.
But they're not going to start it at that
They
point.
already started the BMF story.
Today.
I'm aware.
How many seasons is it?
I'm aware.
Nigga.
So we're in that.
But they're not going to
So we're
stop
in that.
But they're not. There's no way in the beginning. So you don't think there's going to be no backtrack scene of how we got here to the first episode? You watch TV, nigga? Anytime when new series start, they going to go back.
It's a documentary.
Pipe it down.
Wait. It's a documentary though, Ant. But look,
They're going to go.
It wasn't that serious though, Ant.
Let's
stay here. Let's stay here. One
That don't
second.
make
Let
sense.
me interject. Let's stay here because I think what Ant said is real, and we shouldn't skip past this. Is that it is the story of BMF. So somebody needs to be a part of it. And you guys also got to consider 50 Cent secured the life rights to this story, so he could tell the story without them. He could use other contributing people.
To do with 50 Cent.
Hold on. But what I'm saying and what Ant is valid about is that somebody has to be there to tell the story because if
Who
not,
better than the nigga that
give
you're
me a
making the
second.
story
Let
about?
me
You
land.
purposely cut
Let
the
me
story
land.
because you was beefing
It's about
with
more
this
than
nigga.
just one person.
What are we talking about?
If T
then?
is not there to tell the
gang,
story, if T is not
hold on,
there,
this is
let's
what's
just
fucked up,
land,
man.
brother.
This is what's fucked up.
Let's just make it. Let's just make it make sense. Everybody acting like.
Damn. Hey, look, Ant side-eyeing motherfuckers and shit. Hold on, watch when Ant try to get into this conversation. Watch you give him the side eye. Somebody said Ant has done a lot of time. He's not going to allow somebody to talk to him stiff. Hey, I feel it. But it's Almighty though at the same time though. He know Almighty ain't no threat, but I get it.
It's about more than just one person.
What are we talking about?
If T is not there to tell the story, if T is not there,
let's
just make it. Let's just make it make sense. Everybody acting.
Y'all see that side eye he just gave him? Hold on, I'm gonna back it up one more time.
Let's just make it. Let's just make it make sense.
He like, hey man, you see me trying to talk, like you still talking.
Let's just make it. Let's just make it make sense.
Ant hitting with the side eye, like, hey bro, I'm trying to let me get this off. Let me get it off my chest, but you're starting to piss me off, cuz. Ah shit. Hold on.
Fucking family business. Look, let's just make it. Let's just make it make sense. Everybody acting like they standing on this fucking family business. Look, let's check this. Look, check this out. They was doing what they was doing with 50 Cent. Southwest T wasn't making nothing. So if 50 cut y'all off, why should I be like, oh, this is my nigga, my nephew wasn't nigga, him and his daddy. They was doing their thing with 50. Southwest T wasn't seeing nothing off of that.
Why can't you go tell your story with somebody else?
One, I can't, hold on.
No, but if he hasn't made that story when he pushes off on himself, I gotta own that one.
Look, fellas, can I land?
Own that one too. If he branched off and did his own thing, he should be able to go with another network and tell his own.
Man, this pod is all over the place, man. I know. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to y'all though. Adam do be kind of like wanting his pods to be. I'm gonna be surprised if Adam probably just checked him about this shit right here though, because this is wild.
For sure, he can tell his portion.
That's all I'm saying.
We got two conversations going on at once, and ain't nobody. I don't even know why Forlock is there. Like he ain't did nothing but try to talk to Wack when Wack called in. Like. He ain't even involved in the conversation, man.
That's not what we do.
That's what I'm saying. No, listen.
But how we know
we all going off
tell the story without him.
No. You're right. You don't see. That's why I want to focus on the story.
You don't see Lil Meech. What's Southwest hanging out? Niggas like T Grizzly endorsing this nigga, bro.
Respect to.
What do you mean? Who is that respect
beefing
to?
with my pops, bro.
So
the least I could do is not
I'm about to get up
camera with you, my nigga. The least I could do is not get on camera with you.
How you feel when 50
Nigga, that's your nephew, nigga.
Young Ant ready to go. Hold on. Why cuz get up out of his seat like that, though?
Bro,
So
the least I could do is not be
I'm about to get up out of here
with you, my nigga. The least I could do is not get caught on camera with you.
How you feel when 50
Nigga, that's your nephew.
Oh, man. Hey, Ant need to take some time off. Hey, Ant, you know I fuck with you, dog. Hey, you need to take a little time off from the podcast, man. This shit got you straight. Get your channel back or whatever, you know what I mean? Get your other channel popping. Tell Adam you need to take some time off, man, because you about to snap. Ant about to bust a goddamn blood vessel yelling at these niggas, man.
And with my pops, bro.
So
the least I could do is not
I'm about to get up out of here
with you, my nigga. The least I could do is not get caught on camera with you.
How you feel when 50
Nigga, that's your nephew,
That's
nigga.
your family.
That's your nephew.
your blood.
Your nephew's supposed to move
your
better than
family.
you, man.
And
That's
look,
your
man.
nephew, nigga.
If they'll let me land.
Hey, I agree with you, Trey. This definitely could have been a good segment if they would have let people talk. Flower Bloom said he about to blow a head gasket. Pooh TV said Jaleese brought another Ant out. Right. It's like he been turned ever since that little, that back and forth with Jaleese. Because he definitely said, I don't give a fuck what Wax said.
We could really talk about it, bro.
I get
Bro,
it,
I
but
understand
just land
the
on it with
beef.
your daddy.
I don't have
I didn't have beef with my auntie, but I'm still gonna call my, still gonna call her daughter.
He's standing on business. He's standing. Make this make sense, bro. Make this make sense.
My family not like
families
it.
dysfunctional.
I understand.
Some families dysfunctional.
but
I understand.
Bro, okay, so if you don't understand how you feel about
I'm still gonna call her daughter.
Bro, if I beef with
Man,
my
hold on, bro.
brother
Hold on.
Still
How you making this?
Radio.
Man, now Ant lightweight elbowing him and throwing his elbows on purpose. Look, watch. He gonna tell bro, hold on. Dude gonna throw his hand up. Ant gonna kind of lightweight, like, man, get your damn hand out the way. I'm trying to talk.
I'm still gonna call my, still gonna call her daughter.
He's standing on business. He's standing. Make this make sense, bro. Make this make sense.
My family not like it. I understand.
I
understand.
Bro, okay, so if you don't understand how you feel about hold on.
Call her daughter.
Man, hold on, bro. Hold on. How you making this? How are you making this make sense?
Fuck my brother tonight.
I'm still gonna call his son.
Hey, one mic.
I will never do anything that'll go against
That
that.
is not what you niggas saying,
That's
bro.
That's exactly what we saying. That's
listen.
exactly what
That's
we saying.
literally
This
what
ain't,
I'm
nigga, this is what you
saying.
just said. Look,
Hey, one mic.
you just said that I just explained that we don't even know if this nigga was breaking bread with his uncle. He was doing his thing with his dad. Oh, that's his dad. That's what he's supposed to do. So, nigga, yeah, you standing with your dad. Fuck your uncle. So when your uncle have the deal, so when your uncle have the chance to deal, so when your uncle
never came out and said fuck his uncle.
Meech never
So
said
it
that.
ain't
Where do we
fuck
see
my
him
uncle.
dealing with him at?
Nigga,
Lil
nigga,
Meech
if
never
you my
said
father,
that.
Bro, if you're my father,
Where do we see
you
him dealing with him at?
Listen, gang, you're my father. Every day I was with you, riding with you in the car. You wasn't with this nigga. Now that we grew up, nigga, it's my uncles to this day that my dad might not fuck with. Nigga, when I see him, yo, it's all love. I don't know what the
It don't
fuck
got
y'all
nothing to
niggas
do with
been
me.
through.
You
I don't
still
know
talking
nothing
about what it
none
is
y'all
with
niggas
you.
been
You know
through.
if that what it was with Meech and Southwest
Yeah, but
Meech.
you don't know
He
that
was
shit.
standing-
Yeah, I agree with Ant though. He making it about how he looking. He taking his life and he trying to like you know what I mean, try to relate to the situation with Meech and his uncle and saying basically you know how his situation was with his uncles, but he still fuck with his uncles. That ain't Meech. Apparently, that ain't Southwest T's relationship with Lil Meech. It's gonna be looked at crazy, man. I mean, if y'all know the story. You know what I mean? They said that Southwest T was trying to get Meech knocked off at one time, but you know.
Nigga,
You don't know what
you
he's
talking about.
You just said
But you don't know what he's doing, bro. We could do that on both sides.
We both going on both sides.
You don't know if they cool or not.
And that's what I'm speaking off of, nigga. If he was standing with his daddy, Southwest T didn't do shit wrong, nigga.
Okay, but once again,
Fuck is you
nigga,
talking
if
about?
my nephew started, if me and my brother wasn't fucking with each other right now, and my nephew being 6 years old, 12 years old, 13 years old, 20 years old, this nigga don't understand nothing but what his
wasn't even
daddy
alive.
talking.
He's not that age. He's not none of the majors, sir.
25.
He's not none of the majors,
25,
sir.
gang. 25, 26, nigga.
cut
If my
this shit
nephew
out,
grew
bruh.
up learning this way, and this
Right.
nigga became a millionaire.
This nigga
and
grew
this
up in the
nigga-
streets,
and
bro.
mind you, this
He
nigga-
grew up in the streets
Meech,
before his daddy.
Lil
With his daddy, he was riding around with his daddy.
Lil Meech.
Man, he was
Lil Meech
around
was
all
in
them
the
niggas.
streets.
Nigga, he was around all them
in the
niggas. Man,
streets. Lil Meech was never in the
look,
streets.
hey, look.
Hey, Ant gotta chill, man. Chill out. Hey, Ant, calm down, cuz. Calm down. Hey, I gotta disagree with that Meech grew up in the streets, though. I gotta disagree with that. Lil Meech was hella young when his dad went to jail. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I disagree with he was in the streets though, but come on.
Vlad and said I was not a street nigga. My pops kept me away
He's
from
private school. He's private school.
He was in private school.
He's a private school nigga.
Gang, he been around it. That don't mean that he in the streets.
He was around Blue. From what I can recall, and I could be wrong, but from what I remember, I thought that he was around Blue Da Vinci after he was already of some age, not like during the time when Blue Da Vinci was running around with the dad and stuff. Like as far as to say he was in the streets, Meech is young.
That's why I like to hear street niggas.
What I'm saying, he been around the niggas.
If he was in the streets,
Going to a private college and shit, private schools, he wasn't around. Everybody in Detroit know that.
Fuck shit. Fuck with me, my nigga. That's weird, gang.
Niggas do fuck. What are you talking about? That is not the right, bro. Stop
so you're trying to say Lil Meech is a street
Obviously,
nigga?
you're not a nigga of the street for you to say something like that. Niggas get backdoored every day in the street, bro. What, nigga? I said he was around street niggas. That's what I said, nigga. I never tell you.
Now street niggas get backdoored every day, man. God damn. What's going on, Monique? Chat, Cali, respect to you. See, you already know. You already know. Trey said they spend more time together in a day than they ever did. For sure. Lil Meech wasn't in Detroit at all. At all.
Street niggas.
Hey, let me cut through. Let me cut through.
I don't want to argue.
That don't make
All right, look, let me cut through.
Y'all keep saying shit I ain't said, nigga. I said he was around street niggas. How did the fuck that mean? I said he is street
What does
niggas.
that have to do with anything?
That's what we asking. That's what we asking. That's the question.
Wait, let me cut through. Let me cut through though.
The issue with this conversation is like everybody is saying, it ain't one mic. There's nobody moderating it. For Loc, I don't know if he high or what, but he ain't said nothing through this whole entire exchange for real. Now, he was around when he was almost 18. Right, he was almost grown. Well, he was grown. If he was 18, he was grown. But what I'm saying about this conversation is, like, you got Almighty Suspect and Dude Fly's podcast, a.k.a. Pooh. They both going at the same time. Like, and it's a bunch of yelling, like, pipe that shit down. Like, I don't know if y'all need to put Lush on the, No Jumper show on this day, or what was this, a Wednesday, No Jumper News or whatever, man. But somebody got to have control of this room. Normally, Ricky is the person that's supposed to be the point guy. I don't know where the rest of them is at, Josh and all them in the background, but this right here is crazy. Now, I give content for people who want to react to it. You feel what I'm saying? And like point out the crazy shit that's happening in it. But as far as the brand goes, the No Jumper brand, this ain't a good look.
Because what does that mean?
What is your point?
What does that mean?
What you mean is me? He was around street niggas. That's exactly what I said. He was around street niggas and niggas that was selling drugs. Exactly what it sound like, nigga. That's what he's around. Fuck you talking about, nigga.
It means he's around dysfunction.
What are you saying?
I agree.
Pooh. All right, let me cut through.
What does that
Let me cut through. Pooh. Let me cut through.
Gang, what?
Pooh, let me cut through. What Ant is saying is that he grew up around.
I talk to you like that all the time.
No, you don't, bro.
I always call you gang.
Wait.
Now he mad because he calling him gang. I mean, I don't know. Wait, he ready to catch a fade with anybody on this motherfucking podcast. I'm gonna say this. I do think that since that Jalise situation took place and like Ant been going through beefing with Spider Loc and DC Baby Draco, they taking this damn page down and all that. I gotta Ant lightweight, you know what I mean? He might be ready to snap on one of y'all niggas, man.
What is your point?
What does that mean?
What you mean is me? He was around street niggas. Exactly what I said. He was around street niggas and niggas that was selling drugs. Exactly what it sound like, nigga. That's what he's around. Fuck you talking about, nigga.
It means he's around dysfunction.
What are you saying?
I agree.
Pooh. All right, let me cut through.
What does that
Let me cut through. Pooh. Let me cut through.
Gang, what?
Pooh, let me cut through. What Ant is saying is that he grew up around.
I talk to you like that all the time.
No, you don't, bro.
I talk to you like that all the time. No, you don't, bro.
Wait. Let me cut through.
Let's put his back. Let
me cut through. Let me cut through.
Shit is weird.
Hey, wait.
Bro, we ain't like that. We ain't bro. I never come at you like that.
That's weird, bro.
I've always trusted, bro. You can rewind the tape.
Man, look.
Can I cut through? Let's stop with the back and forth about this. Y'all on a side mission right now. Let's talk about.
Y'all think No Jumper showless Dusty. Hey, hold on, man. Y'all think that Young and Jefe had a thing for Jalise though?
Motherfucking
Bro,
topic.
we good, bro.
Somebody in the chat said he had a thing for her. I don't know. He was pissed off.
Y'all good. Y'all niggas is a barbershop, nigga. Who gives a fuck? Nigga, what Ant is saying is he grew up around general dysfunction, which I agree with. I do not think that this is crazy coming from a notorious drug dealing family that one of the brothers would still do work with somebody who has dissed someone in his family. Is it right? Maybe not.
No.
Maybe not.
that was the whole point.
Hey, let me fucking land. Goddamn. Let me land,
right
nigga.
there. No, it can end right there.
No,
it doesn't
no,
need
it doesn't.
anymore.
Because there's more
It doesn't need anymore.
I mean, god damn, can't nobody. I mean, it's total dysfunction up there, and this. And Fort Loke's still in the background and ain't said one word.
Because it's more nuanced.
I mean that it's right.
Doesn't mean anymore.
Y'all niggas don't keep talking in circles. Okay, y'all validate each other. That's cool. We understand. Y'all agree. Cool. Let's move on. But this is the thing. We just seen 50 do a documentary about a big celebrity who was not included in the motherfucking documentary.
Crazy, bro.
Obviously, these BMF niggas want to tell their fucking story, nigga.
Go to
They don't
somebody
want to
else.
make a documentary in which
Right.
they don't get to take their portion.
Ricky, we're not
go to
arguing.
somebody else.
We're
Hold
not
on.
arguing this.
Wait.
All right, man. We done with that. I think Anna's done with it.
Not the best decision
bro,
for
let me
Southwest
fucking
team.
land. God
I'm not
damn,
arguing
let me
that.
land, my nigga. Fuck.
You talking about something niggas is not
my
talking
God,
about.
Nigga, we're gonna keep talking in
Then
circles
land,
if you
'cause
kept
you talking
fucking
my
getting
Then
ear
go
off.
ahead,
Yeah.
guys. Then just go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
The dude Pooh been talking the whole damn like segment though, man. Shut up and let somebody else talk. I don't think he a good fit for No Jumper. I actually really believe Adam really should get rid of him. I don't, and this dude Fort Loke, he got to go too because he ain't even saying nothing. He ain't even putting nothing into the podcast. But if this dude Pooh can't do dialogue to create the content, he needs to go, man. Like, come on, like. I can't be the only one that see that this dude ain't no good for content, man.
Go ahead, go ahead, bro.
So he
Go ahead,
wants
bro.
to.
The dude is trash. The interview they did the other day was trash. They interviewed the dude that used to fuck Krishan Rock. Trash. Come on, No Jumper, man. Y'all can't like that. That Jalise segment. I'm glad that happened. That was good. I was able to react to it and shit. But outside of that, man, like they starting 2026 off a little shitty. Somebody said Adam just giving away money. At this point, he is. Corrections are beginning weak as fuck. Is anybody last name Flannery on that couch? Right, like everybody arguing over the relationship between them. Who knows if Southwest T might even talk to Lil Meech, and Lil Meech said, "Go ahead and get your money, You know what I mean? Like, we don't know. This has to be the lowest views. Yeah.
Be a part of motherfucking telling his story. And if 50 Cent makes it because he owns the life rights, like this is some movie contract type shit, he owns it. It's not going to be as potent as if the nigga Southwest T goes to another production and say, I want to tell my story my way. No, nigga, that's stupid. You leech on to the famous ass nigga with all the clout who's dropping docu-series after docu-series to tell your story. Somebody has to fucking get the money.
That ain't, look, like,
Hold on, Ricky.
this is what I'm saying.
You're right.
Listen.
You're right.
Hold on.
But nobody's arguing that.
I'm not with hopping on nothing for clout. This is what I'm saying,
This
bro.
is not a. It's
They
about
can say
exposure.
this is what I'm saying, bro. They making it seem right. Like we don't know what the existing situation was. This is what I'm saying. I'm not saying none of it's right. Niggas acting like they ain't seen dysfunction or this shit go on,
In the
bro.
streets.
Like your enemy is a friend of the next nigga. These niggas is brothers. Yeah, they blood brothers. They don't get along. This was what I'm saying. I haven't seen Little Meech fucking with Southwest T or being braces of him. That don't mean that he should say fuck him, but if you fucking with your daddy and y'all getting all the cheese on a story that was mine and I'm not seeing nothing off of it, and then when he fall off with y'all and he still own the rights and I decide to fuck with him, what is the problem?
Because Meech and Lil Meech was doing wrong the whole time by cutting out T. So nobody
Wait,
said
who
nothing
said
when
they
they was
cut out
doing
T,
wrong.
though?
No, he wasn't cut out.
Who said they cut out?
wasn't an executive producer.
That's an assumption.
He just wasn't an
How did he know that he was cut out, man? They just saying, see, like, and then so you on a big platform like this and you just saying stuff like that. How do they know that Southwest T was cut out of the deal with, you know what I mean, whatever's going on with 50 Cent stars in the BMF story. How do you know that? Come on, Ricky, how do you know that?
I don't know he was cut out.
He just wasn't an executive producer.
He was definitely getting paid.
He was getting paid. He always getting paid. He just wasn't an executive producer.
He said it in the interview. He was getting paid.
So he can tell more sides of the story.
He might not have been getting the same money as them, but he was getting.
Somebody said, "I'm glad you showing what's going on inside a garbage truck."
So that's all I was saying. So now, if he was getting paid and then that happened, then I can see nigga ain't fucking with you. You on some bullshit.
That's the whole point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
Hey,
y'all taking it. I've been to what y'all was saying. I'm telling y'all, but nigga,
Nobody said that though. Nobody asked us that. We would have.
Nobody asked.
Y'all could have interjected.
I've been yelling that this nigga ain't been getting paid.
Ain't nobody.
And y'all been knowing he been getting paid the whole time.
And I'm agreeing with him. And I'm agreeing with him.
Get paid from the story.
I didn't know.
From the story.
I didn't know.
I did say that.
I was niggas from the
start.
We didn't know the whole time.
I knew.
I'm over here saying that nigga.
All right. We're gonna move on from this, man. Not time nor money invest in the building of thy greatness. Yeah, do that. Somebody said this was sponsored by the Slauson Swap Meet.